Hey everybody, made it back. Memory card was full. I had to download that to my computer. I used a secondary memory card done some of the previous in this video. I think I might break this video up so they won't be so damn long. Anyway, in the previous video there I had memory card issues and things like that. I got the exposure level was set to manual on this, don't know why. But now it's a lot better. I got the sunlight behind me. According to the view screen here, it looks better. I don't look any better, but I've been busy. I've degreased basically the circuit board, cleaned the also pulled the tuning gang off, put it in my brand new ultrasonic cleaners, restuffed the filter capacitor, changed three paper caps on the board. I was going to restuff those paper caps, but I just got lazy. I just went ahead and put some polyester capacitors in there that I had in stock. Done. All the tubes are okay. The thing worked before I took it apart and done all I'm doing to it now. I had two resistors. One was a 150 ohm resistor in the cathode of the 50C5. Output tube, it was 150. It measured almost 400 ohms, so and a little out of tolerance. Then there was a 47K resistor in there that was high in value. I think it was measuring like 62K, so it was out of tolerance. But every other resistor in here, or the rest of the resistors in this thing, was fine. So I'm happy about that. Circuit board cleaned up nice. I put it in the ultrasonic at first. Of course, I knew that then that I could tell just in about 10 minutes that that ultrasonic cleaner wasn't touching that board, because I didn't really realize it at the time, but the PC board was actually, this radio had been in a kitchen. So it was grease bound. It had all that, when you know people fry their bacon and all the frying and the hamburgers and stuff that people back in those days did. All that gets suspended in air and it collects on the radios. So basically what I had to do is I had to I have some cleaner called Greased Lightning. It's in a yellow bottle if I remember right, and it's a cleaner degreaser, and when I say degrease, it degreases. So if you have something that's grease laden like that, pull all your valuables off the thing, like your volume control, your IF cans, any coil, anything that can get damaged by being wet. Find you a work surface, get you an old pan or something like that to throw it in, and spray this thing down, and have you a Camel 2-inch or a 1.5 to 2-inch camel hair brush. About a 1.5 works best. A little camel hair brush, you can get them for 90 cents at Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. Anyway, spray that thing down and put your board or whatever in the pan, spray it down with that, and use your brush to get it soaked, to get it in all the tight spots, and let it soak. And just give it time and watch. You'll see it immediately. You'll see a little brown, nasty little spots start coming up in the foam that it creates. It's eating that grease. It took me about 2 applications on the circuit board to get it clean. This circuit board, I looked at some of the previous video, it looks like it just come out of a factory. So I highly recommend the degreaser if you have something that's grease bound. Now I took the plastics and took it in the house, put it on the sink and use some Dawn dishwashing liquid to wash the case. The case was filthy. So I washed the case, clean all the dust out of it and all that. Try to be careful of the of the tube chart in the bottom of it. However, I did get it wet and I got interrupted, so I hadn't actually looked to see if that got damaged or not. My son truck broke down of him in town, so it took me about 2 hours to get that taken care of, and by that time I couldn't get back on this radio. I got other things to do. Anyway, where was I? Anyway, I put the clock chassis back into the let me see here. I put the clock chassis back in. I went ahead and just lightly, very carefully used some fantastic, or I'm sorry, Windex. This is my cleaning choice, cleaning solution of choice. It's just Windex window cleaner or glass cleaner, and I just sprayed just a little bit on a shop towel. Not much. I don't drench it. I just spray just a little bit to get it damp, not soaked, damp. Very lightly. I use it to clean very fragile stuff like the front of this clock. I cleaned off, it had a little bit on there, but I didn't scrub it. Ain't no way I'm going to scrub this any more than it is. I did get a little bit of surface yuck off of it. It's as good as it's going to get. The other thing is my Dremel, of all things, is tore up on me, and I'm too cheap to buy another one. But the knobs right here, they have a little bit of corrosion on them. However, I do not. It ain't like I pick up the phone and order some of these. They're plastic that's coated in gold. Y'all can do what you want to. I'm good with a little pitting because they're still intact. They're not broke. To get these off, to get them to where I can really do anything with it, I gotta take it apart. No, I'm not. I'm not that brave. It's good as it's going to get. It's got to have a little character. The next thing is this. This is the cover that goes over the clock. I'm just now getting to this point. It is some dust inside, if you can see right here. I'm going to probably just clean this with the again, the Windex. Give it a good cleaning. It could probably go, you know, it's a little yellowed, okay? Again, I can't pick up the phone and order one of these. It's got a little bit of look like paint on it, something. So, and some scuffs. I could go here and polish this and use that headlight cleaner. But honestly, two things. As accident prone as I am, and as Murphy Law prone as I am, I'm going to clean this with Windex. Try to get this little paint smudges off here, clean it the best that I can, put it back on that radio. I'm not taking no chances. Again, character, okay? Anyway, that's where I'm at this point, is getting ready to clean this to put it back on the front of the radio. When I get this back on the front of the radio, I'll reinstall the chassis, circuit board, wire everything up. Oh yeah. I went ahead, now y'all can laugh at me, complain, whatever, but I went ahead and replaced the 3 solid decomposing wires from the output transformer. This one has 3 leads on the output transformer. Basically, this output transformer, A, acts as the output transformer, but B, it acts as a filter. It has an extra little bit of a winding attached to this. And it actually acts like a, it's half output transformer and half filter choke, okay? It's just part of the power supply, basically. Anyway, I just put new wires on it. I heat shrinked it with best colors I could. This is black wire here, white white piece of heat shrink because I didn't have black stuff. The good stuff, this good heat shrink is expensive. I don't like using the Chinese brand. But anyway, I could go in here with a marker and paint that black. But honestly, will it hurt you? Will you lose sleep tonight if I don't do that? I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's electrically sound, electrically safe. I don't have to worry about this ever having a problem, and it don't, even like this, it don't look bad as those other white corroded wires did. So anyway, I'm going to put this back in the case once I get done with the clock face, and let's start the reassembly procedure. And hopefully I can Didn't tear nothing up in this radio. I'm probably gonna have to tune the. I know I'll have to tune the tuning game, because I had to take those screws. Excuse me. I had to take those two screws out of the trimmers and pull the mic out before I nuked it. So I had to adjust that. That shouldn't be a big deal though. But anyway, I'm going to close this down, do what I need to do, clean the cover, clock cover, put that back on, put the speaker in, put the chassis back in and all that, and hopefully I think the next time we'll have this radio ready to tune and hopefully button it up. Alright, bring you back. Alright guys, a lot of glare. Move you over just a little bit. There you go, that's better. Hey guys, that's my railroad scanner behind me that you hear, if y'all ever wonder. When I was young, I used to chase trains and take pictures of them. I had a Minolta XG1, if I remember right, 35mm SLR. I love that camera. And I wasn't 18 maybe. Anyway, I had a big old Dodge, let's see, what was that thing? I'm sorry, Plymouth Duster. Green Plymouth Duster. Had a slant 6 in it. And I'd go chasing trains and taking pictures of them. Now, back in those days, I lived in Parrish, and KCS had a branch that went from Winfield, let me think, Winfield to somewhere, I want to say Sibley. Anyway, it was, wait, is that right? Let me think. Oh gosh, it's been so long. Went through Goldonna, and I think it went to Ringgold. I think. God, it's been long. Anyway, almost got run over by that train. I come around the corner. It was a gravel road, going really fast, trying to catch up to him so I could get out to get in front of him. And I hit brakes on that gravel and I almost run into the train. By the time I got composure, got out, got my camera going, I got the tail end of him. That was fun. That was that was over 40 years ago. It was fun. That line has been abandoned, taken up. It's not even there. I think the trestle might still be there. It was fun. I used to model railroads. Kansas City Southern was one of them that was in town, Winfield. It was Kansas City Southern, Rock Island, and Illinois Central at the time. Rock Island was pretty cool. We had a track right beside the shop there on Main Street that Rock Island went, so I got to hear them, I think every other day, something like that. The old blue and white scheme. That was fun. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, working on radio. I have the radio complete. I've got it fully cleaned up, everything put back together, rewired, everything put back together, everything clean. I mean, it's ready to turn on. I've got it already hooked up to my bench isolated power supply variac. There goes my air conditioner. I changed the wiring out on the output transformer. That stuff was really nasty. I didn't want to deal with it. I went ahead and just put modern wire on it. Tried to match the colors. What I thought was I may have it wrong. What I thought was a black wire turned out to be a brown wire. Let's see if we can look at the schematic here. Where is my pointer? Let's see, the output transformer right here. Anyway, let me see if I can get y'all to where I can see. Anyway, the plate of this is hard to do, y'all. Anyway, look. Plate of the output tube goes to, I can't even read this, to the red wire. And then, I'm sorry, blue. Usually blue is always plate of an output transformer. Anyway, blue goes to the plate, red goes to B plus. Then here is this brown wire, which remember I told you a few minutes ago, or on the previous segment, that's part of the power supply choke. Anyway, they use this section here as a power supply choke. So B plus comes in for the power supply, comes in here, goes down, acts as a choke, goes into this 1200 ohm resistor, feeds the screen grid of the output tube, goes into the second filter cap, and goes off to the B plus stages of the receiver. Really all it does. Whew, that was hard to do. Anyway, let's go rogue for just a minute. Show you what I've done. There we go. Make sure that I'm in wide, which I almost not. And get my super pointer again. Anyway, it's a little bit wider than it was last time you seen this plastic. Here's the clock motor. I did not touch it. Did not touch that. I am not a clock repairman. I didn't dust it. Nothing. I didn't lubricate it. Nothing. It works. It's a little noisy. It'll probably be another noisy for another 10 to 15 years. After then, I'll probably be dead or not even knowing where I'm at in this world. Who knows? I left these power cables here alone. They're stiff, but they're not broke. They do have a little pliability. I bend them, but they don't break. What this does is this timer. It's got this heavy-duty switch here. You can actually time an outlet, like a light or something like that. This is the outlet you can plug something into. That's why these are a little bit heavier gauge. I elected to leave them alone. They wasn't bothering a thing. I did cut these off on the end here and strip it back. Had to put a little flux on it. A little bit corroded, and it really was just this wire. But anyway, that turned out really nice. It soldered well on the bottom. Here's the new output power, the output transformer leads right here. I cut them kind of graceful. Everything looks good. One problem that I have, and I don't know if you can see it or not, right here, this plastic was broke. However, I have no super glue. I don't have any glue at all, so I haven't glued it yet. I may hot glue it. I don't know. I might come back later and put some super glue on it once that gets on. Anyway, I reused this little piece of, it's hard. I think it was tape, but it's hard enough where it holds its form, so I just put it back on there. And then just resoldered these two terminals here, put the PC support piece back in. Everything's ready to go. Here's my cheater cord, which goes over to my Syncor. No, I did not put it on a dim bulb, which is part of it here. There's the bulbs there. Did not do that. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just going to turn it on full blast. If it blows up, but I don't believe it will. So let's power it up and see what happens. Put you back up here. Alright, let me turn my display around so I can see what's going on. Alright, turn this telephoto in just a little bit. There you go. Moment of truth. Will it work or will it blow up? Here we go. Fire in the hole. Got a little bump there in the current. All the tubes are lighting up. See what happens. Did I do good? Did I do bad? It's running current. Oh, we got noise. I do have a potential problem. These lights in this building horrible. So let's generate some AM. Let's see, I need to go to AM. F. I need to bring up, we need to get this tuning capacitor calibrated. So if you'll let me get a piece of tell you what, hang on a second. Need to let the radio warm up before I do this next step. I'm not tuning. I don't think I'm going to mess with the alignment if this thing works. Anyway, let's go rogue. How about that? Getting you out. There's my Syncor AM/FM stereo analyzer. I've got the frequency of the AM set for 1 megahertz, and I've got a fairly good output coming out. Down here is a simple little loop. Now what we want to do, oh, and I was saying a minute ago, I have a potential problem that I may have to revisit. Let's set it up for 1200. Not far off. What we want to do first is tune the oscillator coil. Let me get the oscillator coil is, turn it again so I can see. Set my dial on the high end, 1200. Should be there. This thing ain't accurate, I can tell you that right now. Anyway, go to the tuning capacitor, which is over here. This section here, which is hooked to the ferrite antenna, that's your input tuning. We want to tune it secondly, but let's, if we can find trying to find where is that? Having that signal. Basically what you do is you put a signal generator fairly high in frequency, in this case 1200 hertz. The only reason I had it at 1 megahertz, I had to change it to 12 because I didn't know where 1000 or 1 megahertz was on that dial, but I did see a graduation there for 1200 megahertz, or 1200 kilohertz, 1.2 megahertz, excuse me, 1200 kilohertz. So I put it there so I know what it is, and basically you just put enough, inject the signal into the front end of the receiver, loosely coupled, which is what I've got here, and then you tune the oscillator coil, which is this one here, the very front, till you hear it and it gets centered. I have not done nothing to this RF section other than take the tuning cap out. So there's no reason for me to go to the upper band and tune the capacitor. You go to lower band and tune the inductor. So because of this graduation of this dial, it ain't that accurate. You just tune it till you hear what you want to hear. So the second thing is, once you get that done, is you tune your tune your matching trimmer right here to tune your antenna, or in other words, to match your front end to your antenna. Basically, all that's doing. Tune it for maximum signal. Should be there. So let's see what we can pick up. Be really sensitive, as you can hear. Picking up all kinds of crap. Let's see if we can get my hand near that loop. Making a lot of noise. It's my camera power supply. You can really hear that camera. Generating a lot of signal, noise around here. That's 540.
Well, it'll stay
3.2 there.
for up to 2 months. Now, you have to understand, Michael, that the consumers need to realize.
Notice how that tuning is going to affect low band. That's because it's made for high band.
Whether you use it on
high frequency. What we'll do.
Granular product. So rain is a deterrent.
Go up a little higher. Actually, you know what? Just for fun, let's go up to 16. Because I like 16. That's the upper end of this radio. See if we can find it. What signal? Just want to tune this capacitor where it maxes out. Hear that? Just tune it for maximum smoke. I haven't done an alignment on the audio side. I just don't think it's necessary, but we'll see. So let's see what we got. Get rid of that.
Oh yeah, it's labeled for a whole host of animals, you know, armadillos, skunks, you know, those type of animals as well. So there's like 12 to 15 different animals on the product label, so it's got a lot of wide uses, that's for sure.
All right.
Then,
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's done.
DIY product, right? Oh yes.
I haven't done an IF alignment on it. Guess I could.
Talking about repellents. You know, some people might get a little upset with the fact that they might buy a product.
Let me get set up. I'm going to do a 455 alignment on this thing, just see if we can get an improvement in here. I'll bring you back. Ain't got nothing better to do. Okay, hang on. A little noisy, but it's not best, but I'm injecting 455 kilohertz into this rig. I don't know exactly which tuning slug I need to be using on this one. Well, that works. We're just going to tune it for a maximum. I'm just doing it by ear. So far it seems to be on. A little improvement on that side. We're really hurting a whole lot here. I'm just doing it by ear. You can hook up an oscilloscope to the output leads and all that kind of stuff. But I've tuned enough of the old radios and stuff. I can do it by hearing. Well, the IF is peaked. As I figured.
Impacting you in Northeast Louisiana.
I think the radio's done.
News Talk 105.7.
A little bit of interference, but this frequency band in this building is really noisy. We don't have a lot of AM in this town. That's what it was with my Syncor. I couldn't understand what that noise. Listen to the radio as I turn my Syncor on. Watch. It was making noise, I promise you. Hear it? It's like a bomb falling. Hear that? That's what it was. I'll be damned. It's just AM, man. That's just the beauty of it. Much better.
Yeah, it's always following the directions anyway, and that's where people get in trouble. Yeah, and everything. What can we look forward to?
All right, I'm gonna put it together. I'll bring you right back for a final.
The House is said to be preparing for a seasonal surge.
Right. It is a little noisy. Clock motor is. May come in later on and clean it, but it's running. I'm fine with that right now. I don't feel like working on clock motors, but electrically the radio was ready to go. apparently the meter, I mean the dials on the clock have probably had oh, what do you call that? The radium on it, if that's what it was. Is used to have radium dials on there, on this line here on the minute hand and the second hand. I mean, I'm sorry, the hour hand here apparently had a little bit on it too. I don't have access to that, and I don't want to really mess with that, which I should, I guess. But it works.
Texas should not be bearing the burden of the cost. This resulting from the Biden administration's refusal to enforce the immigration law.
Not sure how you set the alarm on this,
Children have a constitutional right to
but
attend public school for free. But Abbott says migrants are coming from
I'm going to turn this off. Let's make this.
connect with diverse backgrounds. 2-5.
This is apparently a sleep timer right here. It's got all on auto alarm. I'm going to run it a little bit longer, see if make sure the clock runs all the way around. I may go back into this clock, but it sounds to me as much vibration as this thing has. It may be it may need a good cleaning, but however, I'm not a clock guy. But I might do it later on. I ain't figured out what I'm going to do with this radio, but it's a nice radio. If I put it in the house, I may go back in there. But the restoration is complete as far as the restoration is complete as far as the radio itself. Clock I'll do later. But the case is cleaned up. Everything's good electrically. Everything's been replaced. It's aligned. Works great. So clock might be another video later on sometime, so be looking out for it one year. I'm fixing to process this video so I can get out here and do other things. But hey, thanks for riding, guys. Works great. The little RCA Victor C3E works great with a minimum of fuss. It made it through my initial run of my ultrasonic cleaner. The tuning gain come out perfect. The circuit board come out clean. The IF was right on, just more or less. The RF section would have been to begin with, but I took all that apart. But everything cleaned up, worked nice. The clock's a little noisy. Other than that, it works great. Everything's original. So thanks for riding, and hopefully I'll get something better or another interesting little job next time. But I don't think I'm going to do any more radios. I will want to stop, say that for a minute. I love working on these old radios. I love bringing them to life, but honestly, I don't have a lot of room in my shop for displaying such things. My house is absolutely cram-packed full of, because I have my my son and my granddaughter living with me and my great-grandson. I don't have a lot of room for nothing. For the size house that we have, we're booked. So I don't have a lot of room for all this stuff, and I don't have this much room in my office either. So as much as I like working on these old radios, I like getting them, but they're just turned into shell queens that I never use. And honestly, I'm very practical. There's no point in me doing this. I don't know what I'm going to do with the radios that I have working. I've got 2 more that needs to be repaired, but I don't know what. I don't know. I have nowhere to put them. This radio here is a very cool radio. It may go to my office. Don't know yet. But anyway, hey guys, thanks for riding along with me. If you did, I do appreciate it. I would appreciate if you did the like and share button, whatever. That would be great. I'm trying to refine my videos, trying to refine how I do things. I'm not having so damn long videos, and I know this one might be long. I'm gonna break it up, hopefully, but it's fun working on this stuff. But I think I'm gonna switch over to something different, something I've been wanting to do if I can find something. I really want to work in an old video game, arcade game. I want to get back into 6800 processors and things like that, TTL stuff, you know, logic gates, stuff like that. I do have a HP voltmeter that's Nixie tube. That's a friend of mine gave it to me to repair. Not give it to me, but he said, here, fix this. So I looked into it. That may be a project later on. I didn't film some of the, I didn't record. Hate to have people say you film. This is not filming. This is recording on digital media. It's not film. I love film, by the way. But anyway, I may record some of that, but getting summertime, I got to get outside and get busy doing stuff. So I'm going to finish up this video, hopefully, if I quit gabbing, and move on. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time, okay? Y'all be good. Bye.